Hello and welcome to iBat. Today is Saturday the 19th of April. It's the Easter bank holiday weekend. Happy Easter everybody. And last night I took the third dose of Mounjaro 2.5mg trizipatide weight loss medication. Now in a previous video I had unboxed the delivery I received from the pharmacy and I described the first 24 hours after taking it, and the pharmacy that had supplied this Kwik pen very kindly watched that video, all 24 minutes of it, which I think was above and beyond the call of duty, quite frankly, and they've even emailed me with a little bit of feedback which I'd like to share with you in this video. But before I get into that, the question that people ask, have I lost any weight? Well, yes I have. Even though it's only the start of week 3 for me, I'm only on 2.5mg, I have lost weight, and then of course the question is, well, how much? Well, let's have a look. That much. Approximately, in fact almost exactly, 3 kilos, which is represented by these 3 bags of sugar here. So I think for a 2-week intervention, as it's been so far, that's a pretty impressive result. As a total of my body weight, it's a drop in the bucket, but it is early days. And in another week or so I'm going to have to make the decision if I'm going to go, well, if I'm going to continue with this medication, if I'm going to go to a higher dose, I'm going to keep with the same dose, or do something else. Now, as I understand it, and my understanding may be wrong, the 2.5mg dose isn't really intended as a therapeutic dose, although most people do lose weight with it. It's really intended to acclimatise the patient to the routine of injections, possible side effects, and to build up a tolerance to sort of guard against those side effects, for want of a better expression. So, looking at the feedback I got from the pharmacy, in the original video, the first video on Mounjaro, I mentioned that I had a migraine shortly after taking it, and I said it may just be that I had a migraine on that particular day, I don't know, but I took the medication, 20 or 30 minutes later I had a migraine. And the pharmacy have come back and said migraines are not currently recognised as a known side effect of Mounjaro. However, what they went on to say was that they are going to submit a report to the MHRA yellow card scheme to ensure my experience is logged and contributes to ongoing medical safety monitoring. I also mentioned that I hadn't been supplied with any alcohol swabs, and in all the instructions I'd read, including the instructions that came with the Kwik pen, and I bemoaned the fact that these swabs hadn't been supplied, whereas a box of pen needles and a sharps bin had been. The pharmacy have replied to that. The Kwik pen device, used to administer Mounjaro, is an established delivery system originally licensed for diabetes treatment. According to current clinical guidance, the use of alcohol swabs is not considered medically necessary for this type of subcutaneous injection. In addition, they sent me a link to Diabetes UK website where they describe the use of the pen, which doesn't include the use of a swab, and they also had a video, another training video, where the end of the pen wasn't swabbed either. So it does appear whether or not you choose to swab the end of the pen is at least medically considered, I suppose you would say, a personal choice. I also mentioned I had quite a decent sized bead of blood on the injection site, which was on my thigh, and they've commented a small amount of bleeding after an injection is usually caused by nicking a minor blood vessel under the skin. They go on to say this is a relatively common and harmless occurrence with subcutaneous injections. My concern was that perhaps in nicking a blood vessel, some of the medication may have got into my bloodstream rather than into the subcutaneous fat. I'm not going to worry about it. I've now had 2 further injections which I've put in the squidgy middle bit around my navel, and I've had no actual side effects at all. In fact, after that first injection, the first 24 hours, really everything's been as per normal. No headaches, no nausea, apart from that one afternoon, which was very slight. No other dizziness or anything else. All that I've been doing is just not snacking quite so much, which is really the point. So there we have it. That's been the first 2 weeks with Mounjaro. An impressive 3 kilo result. Very pleased with that. So with all that said, next week will be my 4th injection. I'm pretty confident I'm going to continue taking Mounjaro, and I do feel that whilst this is working for me and it is producing a good deal of appetite suppression, obviously I'm losing weight, that's a good thing. It could do with being just a little more, so I probably will go to the 5mg and see how I get on with that. I hope this has been of interest, but do bear in mind nothing I've said in this video is medical advice or should be taken as a basis to make your own decisions. Please speak to your own care provider. All the best, and once again, happy Easter.